I already told you that I don't know your friend. She snapped at me, but if Emery got his hands on her, she's dead. Move on. I was shocked by her callousness, but I didn't push her, she'd clearly been traumatized. Let's not dwell on the past, Toby said quickly. I want to get to know you, he said as he sat down on an armchair near the fireplace and patted the chair next to him. Will you sit? Zahn looked frustrated, and looked at the open door for a moment, before she complied. She walked over and sat down, but I frowned at how she'd done it. She crossed her ankles and tucked them to the right of the seat. Azana used to do this. I used to tease her for it, and she'd always point out her etiquette teacher taught her to sit this way. Mate's lying, my Lycan Western commented. She's obviously met Azana. How else would she have learned that? Maybe, I sat down on the bed, or she could have been taught etiquette too. Or she is Azana, I commented. Her features are similar, so are her eyes, they're just as beautiful. Zani didn't have red hair, Western pointed out. Her father did. You're seeing things, Western told me. You want her to be Azana. The only things they have in common are similar-sounding names. Let it go. No. I'm not wrong. I know I'm not. So, Toby leaned closer to Zahn, who leaned back. Is there anything important we need to know? Like what? She asked. Like, are you allergic to anything? He asked. No, she shook her head. Though when you're only fed porridge you don't really get to taste other things in order to find out if you're allergic to anything. I felt a pang of pain in my chest at her words. Only porridge? She just shrugged. What happened to you in captivity? Zayden asked, and I glared at him. I just met you, she snapped at him. What makes you think I'd open up to you about that kind of thing? You're right, I said quickly and shook my head at Denny for his stupid question. We'll get to know each other more before we talk about that. I'll never talk about it, she responded. What pack are you from? Toby asked, I think to change the subject. I don't remember. I thought you were 10 when you were taken? I asked. Do you really not remember or do you just not want to tell us? Zahn glared at me and I got my answer. She was lying. If you don't want to answer our questions then don't, but don't lie to us, I warned her. Kit, Zayden growled at me. What? I snapped back. I don't like to be lied to. I apologize, Zahn surprised me and I looked back at her. You're right, I lied, I do remember, I just don't want you to know. Why? Toby asked. Because I don't want to go back. You'll never go back, Zayden smiled at her. You're going to stay here with us? If you choose that. And when I turn 18 and don't choose it, will you let me leave with Emmett? I growled but quickly stopped when she seemed a little scared. Yes, Zayden answered for us, which pissed me off. I wasn't letting her go anywhere. I'd already lost someone I loved, and I wasn't losing my mate. Besides, I was still convinced she was Azana. Thank you, Zahn told him, and I hated how relived she seemed. I'm not letting her go. I linked my brothers but they didn't respond. Is there anything you'd like to know about us then? Toby asked, to ease the tension that filled the room. No, she responded. Toby pouted. Come on, you have to be curious. Not particularly, she responded. All men are the same, you're not that interesting. Am I allowed to go anywhere in the pack? She changed the subject and looked out the window. Of course, Zayden answered, but you'll have a guard with you for your protection. We haven't found Emery yet, and we can't risk him trying to take you again. She nodded. Is there somewhere you'd like to go? I asked. We can take you, we have to show you around anyway. Before she could answer, there was a knock on the door and I turned to see Zachary. Their beta. He was a half-breed. His father was a Fae, which is where he got his white hair from, and his mother was a beta from an alpha line, which resulted in him being stronger than a normal beta, but not quite at the alpha level. He often preferred the Fae dress style, and today was no exception. He was wearing black leather pants, a loose white shirt with lightweight armor and a black cloak. Sorry to interrupt, he said quickly as we looked at him. Zahn, this is Zachary, our beta, Zayden told her. Hello, Luna. Hello. Sorry to steal them away, but we have a meeting with Alpha Thurian, and he's in a mood. Apparently he is in a hurry to leave, so he wants this meeting over with. I exhaled. I was the one who was meant to speak with him. Okay, I'm coming. I exhaled and looked at Zahn. I'm sorry, but I can't miss this meeting. Thurian is a pain, but we've been trying to get this treaty for a long time. You shouldn't, Zahn told me. He's a monster, and you can't trust him. He works with Emery. What? Toby asked in disbelief. He works with Emery, she repeated. He helps fund the army. He even has hidden bunkers on his land filled with weapons. Are you sure? I asked her. Yes, she answered with confidence. He's always hated our father, Zayden pointed out as he got up. We need to confront him. Link Dad and let him know what Zahn just said. If it's true, we have to arrest him and search those bunkers. Toby, stay with Zahn. Kit and I will go. I looked at Zahn with longing, but sighed, knowing I had to go. I'll see you later. She didn't respond, just nodded, and we rushed from the room. Wait! She shouted, quickly pursuing us as we reached the door. What's the matter? Zayden questioned her. Don't let him find out I'm here, she instructed firmly. He could inform Emery that I'm here. We won't say a word about you, I promised her. We'll keep you safe. You can't keep anyone safe, she retorted harshly, leaving a sting with her words as she turned back into the room. Taking a deep breath, I faced my brother, who looked troubled, and we then stepped out of our home, sprinting toward the conference room where Alpha Thurian awaited alongside a few guards. Finally! Thurian exclaimed, his irritation evident. I've been here for an hour, and I don't care if you're my princes, I still. Put his guards under arrest, Zayden interrupted, cutting off Thurian's tirade. What on earth is the meaning of this? Thurian bellowed as our guards began restraining his men. Alpha Thurian of the Dark Moon Pack, I declared, moving forward, you are under arrest on suspicion of treason against the crown. What ridiculous nonsense are you spewing? He yelled, his claws extending as he scanned the room in panic. His gaze flickered towards the window, but we were situated on an upper level of the castle. Even an alpha would not survive a fall from this high. I have never committed treason. Really? Zayden stepped in closer, challenging him. Then why are you collaborating with Emery and storing weapons for him? Thurian's eyes widened for a brief moment. I have no idea what you're implying. He lied. The weapons are purely for protection, they are unrelated to Alpha Emery. I would never ally with him. If that's true, it will be revealed in court, I pointed out. Now, will you come quietly, or will we be forced to take you? Thurian growled and attacked. He swiped out his claws, but Zayden and I acted quickly. While I grabbed his wrist and snapped the bone, Zayden grabbed his other arm and twisted it behind his back as he shoved him onto the ground. Are you okay? He asked as he looked up at me, while Thurian struggled. Yeah, he didn't get me. Get off me. Thurian screamed and thrashed under Zayden's knee, which was pressed into his back. I am innocent. Then that will be revealed in time, my father's voice came from the doorway. Your Majesty, you have to believe me. I haven't committed treason. Thurian shouted, I don't know who's slandering me, but they're lying. Zayden pulled him up to his feet while I took cuffs from the guard and locked them around his wrists. We'll see. My father stepped forward and grabbed Chin and used his alpha command to get answered. Tell me the truth. Are you working with Alpha Emery to kill me? Thurian clamped his mouth shut, and then there was blood dripping from his lips. The bastard's trying to bite off his tongue, I yelled as I pried open his mouth, forcing his jaws to remain separated. Alpha, one of the guards handed me a muzzle, which I swiftly fastened around his face, tightening it enough to prevent him from biting down again. So we have our answer then, Zayden remarked, shaking his head in disbelief. I can't believe we didn't see it. Get him to the dungeons and have a healer check on him, my father commanded. Once his tongue's healed, we will speak again. I want to know everything he knows. Yes, Your Majesty. The guards took him from us and they walked him away. Your maid informed you about this? Dad asked. Yes, Zayden nodded. Zahn and Emmett are going to prove useful, my father stated. They'll have more information that could lead us to Emery. We must uncover everything they're aware of. I should speak with her again. Bring her to my office. Zahn is just settling in, I pointed out. If we push her, you'll scare her away. Dad looked at us and exhaled. Okay, I will give her a few days, but I want answers. Thanks, Zayden replied, visibly relieved.